Imagine a young Filipino engineer in Manila, working late in his garage on a prototype electric vehicle, dreaming of a cleaner future for his family. Or picture a student in Cebu scrolling through her smartphone, staying connected with loved ones overseas. These everyday moments depend on tiny but powerful components known as rare earth magnets. These magnets are far stronger than the ones on a refrigerator. They are hidden inside smartphones, electric vehicles, wind turbines, and even medical equipment. Made from special elements like neodymium, they generate magnetic strength strong enough to power modern life. Here's the challenge. Nearly all of these magnets move through global supply chains dominated by one country, China. For the Philippines, a nation rich in minerals such as nickel and cobalt, this raises an important question. Can the country reduce its dependence and build its own role in the rare earth industry? Global demand for rare earth magnets is rising fast, expected to grow from around 200,000 tons today to more than 300,000 tons by 2030, driven by electric vehicles and renewable energy. In this documentary, we examine what rare earth magnets really are, China's control of the supply chain, where the Philippines stands, global diversification efforts, key challenges, policy options, and a realistic outlook toward 2030. No hype. Just facts, economics, and long-term trends shaping the future. Rare earth magnets may sound unusual, but they are part of everyday life. These are permanent magnets made from alloys of rare earth elements, 17 metallic elements such as neodymium, samarium, and dysprosium found in the Earth's crust. The most common type is the neodymium iron-boron magnet, known as NdFeB. To put it simply, if a regular iron magnet is like a jeepney, a rare earth magnet is like a high-speed train. Much smaller, far stronger, and significantly more efficient. This strength allows modern devices to be compact yet powerful. For Filipinos, these magnets power smartphone vibrations, speakers and karaoke systems, electric fans, and increasingly, electric vehicle motors. On a global scale, they are strategic materials. Wind turbines rely on them to generate clean energy. Electric vehicles use them to reduce emissions. Hospitals depend on them and MRI machines for accurate medical imaging. Although called rare, these elements exist worldwide. The difficulty lies in extraction and processing. Rare earths are tightly bonded to other minerals, requiring complex separation using advanced technology. Once refined, they are formed into magnets that resist heat and demagnetization. For the Philippines, understanding rare earth magnets is critical. As the country pursues digital growth and clean energy, these materials form the backbone of future infrastructure. Without reliable access, technological progress slows, affecting both economic growth and national resilience. China's role in the rare earth supply chain is unmatched. While it mines about 70% of the world's rare earth elements, its real strength lies in processing and manufacturing. China controls more than 90% of global refining and produces over 90% of rare earth magnets. This dominance developed over decades. Beginning in the 1980s, China invested heavily in mining, refining, and technical expertise. Low production costs and strong state support allowed it to outcompete other producers. By the 1990s, it had become the global center for rare earth processing. This position gives China significant influence. In the past, export controls and licensing restrictions have affected global markets, causing price spikes and supply uncertainty. For the Philippines, this means many imported electronics and EV components rely on Chinese processed materials, even when final products come from other countries. Refining rare earths is energy-intensive and environmentally demanding, involving acids and solvents. China's willingness to invest in this stage explains its dominance. However, global concerns over reliance have grown. China's success shows the power of an integrated supply chain, from mining to magnet production. At the same time, it has triggered global efforts to diversify as countries seek to reduce vulnerability while maintaining stable supply. The Philippines is rich in minerals, but in rare earths, it remains a country of potential rather than production. The nation is among the world's top nickel producers and holds reserves of cobalt, copper, and gold. Rare earth elements also exist, often as byproducts in nickel laterites and coastal placer sands. Past geological studies identified deposits in Palawan, Samar, and parts of Mindanao, with concentrations reaching several hundred parts per million in some locations. Bauxite and ion adsorption clays show promise, while nickel soils may contain scandium, a valuable rare earth used in advanced alloys. Despite this, no commercial rare earth mining or refining operates today. only a small portion of the country's estimated mineral wealth has been explored, and mining contracts cover a limited area. Deposits are often scattered or low-grade, making extraction costly without advanced technology. This places the Philippines alongside other Southeast Asian nations exploring similar paths. Currently, rare earth-bearing materials are often exported in raw form and processed overseas. Developing domestic capability could increase value, create skilled jobs, and strengthen exports. Without expanded exploration, infrastructure, and technical investment, however, the country remains largely outside the global rare earth supply chain. Worldwide, governments are working to reduce reliance on a single source of rare earth supply. The United States is investing in domestic mining and processing through industrial incentives. Europe aims to secure local extraction and processing under new raw materials policies. Japan continues investing in overseas mines and recycling technologies after experiencing past supply disruptions. These changes are expensive and slow. Building alternative supply chains requires billions of dollars and long timelines. Still, Southeast Asia is becoming part of this shift. Vietnam and Indonesia are expanding processing capacity, while the Philippines participates in regional and global discussions. Demand for rare earth magnets continues to grow at an estimated annual rate of 6 to 9%, driven by electric vehicles and renewable energy. This demand makes diversification economically attractive. For the Philippines, participation in international partnerships offers access to technology, investment, and governance standards. The goal is not to exclude China entirely, but to build more resilient, balanced supply networks. Developing a rare earth industry in the Philippines faces significant challenges. Exploration is costly and time-consuming, requiring advanced surveys and technical expertise. Many promising areas are remote or environmentally sensitive. Processing presents an even larger hurdle. Refining rare earths requires complex facilities, skilled labor, and reliable energy supply. Capital requirements are high, and environmental risks must be carefully managed to protect ecosystems and communities. Regulatory processes, while necessary, can slow project development. Community concerns, indigenous rights, and environmental safeguards add complexity. At the same time, global competition remains strong, with China's scale and lower costs difficult to match. For the Philippines, independence does not mean isolation. Progress depends on technology transfer, infrastructure development, and responsible investment that balances economic benefits with environmental protection. The government is taking a cautious, strategic approach. Incentives under existing investment laws encourage participation in critical mineral projects. Research into recycling rare earths from electronic waste is gaining attention as a sustainable alternative. International partnerships are expanding. Cooperation programs with the United States focus on governance and permitting reforms. Membership in multilateral mineral security initiatives strengthens collaboration. Agreements with South Korea and other partners support EV and battery development. Regional cooperation within ASEAN also offers opportunities for shared technology and standards. These partnerships aim to ensure that mineral development benefits Filipino workers and communities while meeting environmental expectations. By 2030, the global rare earth magnet market could reach tens of billions of dollars. Demand for key materials is expected to multiply due to electric vehicles and renewable energy. For the Philippines, full independence from China by that time is unlikely. However, gradual reduction in reliance is possible. Developing limited processing capacity or extracting rare earth byproducts from existing nickel operations could meet a portion of domestic or export demand. Progress will depend on sustained investment, policy stability, and environmental responsibility. The path forward is achievable, but it requires patience, planning, and partnerships rather than quick solutions. Rare earth magnets are essential to modern technology and clean energy. China's dominance highlights the risks of concentrated supply chains. The Philippines holds mineral potential but faces technical, economic, and environmental challenges. Global diversification efforts create opportunities through collaboration, investment, and value-added development. For Filipinos, understanding these dynamics helps prepare for shifts shaping the future economy. The question is not whether the Philippines can act alone, but how it can strengthen its role within a changing global system. With realism and long-term commitment, a more resilient position is possible.